Hello everyone, this is Merle Winter again with SWAN Retirement Strategies, part 2 on the 10-10-10 rule. So let's dive right into the numbers. This is going to be for those that want to understand the numbers so then you know that you're making the best financial decision. So let me go ahead and share my screen. These are the tax brackets for 2024. So, down the road when we update these videos for 2025 and so on, we'll do more videos, but for now 2024, these are the tax rates. And I first want to share that if you understand taxes, the first amount of money that you make is usually at a 0% tax bracket. And what I mean by that is everyone has what's called a standard deduction. You could also itemize, but nowadays most people don't itemize. So you have a standard deduction, meaning that your first, let's call it $25,000 of your income is wiped out, meaning that you show 0% taxes for those dollars. Then on the dollars that you make above that, and let's also assume that you're married, filing jointly. So the next dollars that you make above that, you now fall into these different tax brackets. So first and foremost, you'll see that you have a 10% between 0 and 23,000 above that standard deduction, then 23,000 to 94,000, then 94 to 201, 201 to 384, let's call it, and so on. Now, understanding that we work in a progressive tax system, meaning that your first dollars fill up that first range, and then the next dollars fill up the next range. So the more money you make, the higher and higher the tax rate that you are in becomes, right? So if you're making over 731,000, you're locked in at that highest rate for those dollars above that at 37%. So let's also assume for your working career that you and your spouse are in the 22% tax bracket on your highest dollars, right? So that's 22% right there, okay? Then for the next 10 years of your career, you are now making 24% for the year between 10 and 20 years of your career. And then the last 10 years, let's call it 20 years to 30 years of your career, you're in the 32%, okay? So let's also zoom out. I'm gonna bring this over. So if we look at the 22% tax bracket and 24 and 32, well, the first 10 years of your career, which is this red line, you should be contributing 100% Roth because you're in the lowest tax bracket during that 10 years that you initially are working. Let's also assume that for retirement, for your retirement years, you're in the 24% tax bracket. So by doing the 22% tax bracket and doing 100% Roth, you are over your lifetime reducing your total taxes that you are paying into. Then for the next 10 years of your career, you should be doing 50% Roth and 50% traditional. Because again, you're at 24% and in retirement, let's just say you're 24%. It doesn't really matter. 50-50 is perfectly fine. Then for your last 10 years of your working career, you're doing 100% traditional because that last 10 years, you're at 32% tax bracket, right? Which is so much higher than what your tax bracket is going to be in retirement, let's say at 24%. So why not go 100% traditional in those years? Because you're getting the tax savings up front. And then right when you go into retirement, and let's say just for this example, that the taxes for you and your spouse are going to go down from 32% to 24%. Well, now you are being able to keep 8% of the money that you're taking out. Instead of it going to taxes, to the IRS, it's going to stay in your pocket. Now, two things to keep in mind. Most people think I'm going to be working over my whole lifetime, or let's say 30-year career, and then whenever I retire, tax rates are going to be lower. Well, as we're talking right now, the US government is $34 trillion in debt, and nobody knows what future tax rates are going to be. I have other videos out there that show past historical tax rates, and so it could be far greater in the future. So that's why doing the 10-10-10 rule is also great, because you have tax diversification, right? But this is the understanding about the 10-10-10 rule, where if you're in a lower tax bracket, 22%, you would rather pay the taxes now, because either way, you're gonna have to pay 24 in retirement. So why not pay the 22 now, because you're gonna be saving over the long term. Then for the middle, 24%, golly, 24%, it's really 50-50 right down the middle, where you could go 50% Roth, 50% traditional, because at the end of the day, you're also paying 24% in retirement. So this is the 10-10-10 rule. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. And again, like this video, subscribe to the channel. It's a little red button down below, and share this with other people that you think understand taxes and understand retirement, and they want to know more and more. This is for those that want to be analytical and understand the numbers. And so I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll talk with you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye. There we go. Say like and subscribe.